Hello, Shane.
Hello.
Hello.
How are you?
I'm very well. How are you?
Good, very good.
How are the Rocks treating you this year?
Very well. It's another year.
Another year.
Year 7 Ibiza, year 3 Mallorca. So.
And how has your baby evolved?
Well, year on year, I mean, it's really, really important that we listen to people. Really important that we keep coming up with new ideas. I think more and more this year the hotels have turned into venues in their own right.
Yeah, definitely.
So we're running 16 weeks of events, starting early June to late September. Lineup wise, I think we've really, for the Rocks gigs this year, we've really nailed a really strong lineup.
I think it's really, had a look and I was like, yes, yes, yes.
Yeah.
Yes.
Well, you know what it's like. You always have your wish lists.
Yeah.
Based on lots of different things, and you've got your favourites in there, bands that are kind of happening.
So who's your favourite?
Well, last year I remember doing this interview, and they said if you could book any band, sort of together or not, alive or dead, who would it be? And I was like, well, New Order, that's never going to happen. And look what happened. So that for us.
I bet you were like, yes.
Well, yeah, I mean totally, but particularly in Ibiza, because I think. I'm probably pretty confident that Ibiza wouldn't exist in its current state, or certainly our electronic music wouldn't exist in its current state without New Order.
Yeah.
So that's been a big coup. And then, of course, the return of some kind of like old favourites.
Yeah.
Kasabian coming back as a genuine.
Like, I want to be here.
Yeah, but it's a festival. They're doing Reading. There's going to be 60,000 people there.
And they'd like to do Ibiza.
And there's going to be 3,000 here and 2,500 in Ibiza, and I think that's. It's taken 5 years to get them back, but it's really amazing that they've decided to come back, even though, they're doing these
they're rock
big
stars now.
But I think that's what we offer, to a lot of bands. I think they can, they play in these big fields, and sometimes it can be a bit muddy, and sometimes it can be a bit impersonal, and this is the complete opposite.
This is hot and lovely.
It's
and
hot
you
and
can
lovely.
Dance and have a bed.
Yeah.
Exactly.
And that's just the kids who come to it.
Yeah.
So that's good. And then of course. Mallorca, some big shows with the likes of Tiny.
Yeah, that would be amazing, I think.
Well, I think those guys, some people would sort of question, well, you're called, Mallorca Rocks, you're called Ibiza Rocks, where do these guys fit in?
Yeah, but they rock the crowd.
They do, and they also bring, they bring that production. These guys deliver full live sets, and
they're always so electric as well.
Yeah, very much so.
The crowd with Tiny and the crowd with like Labyrinth or a lot of artists similar to them, they always
I also think it's really reflective of our audience. Whenever I was young, it was a lot more tribal. You were an indie kid, or you were a dance head, or you were a metaler.
But now it's like crossing over all the time.
Well, everyone's got everything at their fingertips.
Yeah.
So putting, artists next to, people I don't think have got any problem with, going to see maybe Deadmau5 in a club and going to see Biffy Clyro a couple of days later.
That's wicked.
It's an energy.
Yeah.
For us, it was about, right, well, we've got this stage. We're only doing a gig a week.
Yeah,
Why don't we let's start something, start something new and use it more often. Hence starting We Are Rock Stars.
Yeah, I was going to say.
Yeah, so that's every Thursday in Mallorca, every Friday in Ibiza.
Yeah, so it was 2 things a week.
2 things a week, 4 things a week.
Yeah, 4
if
things
you go
a week
between
for
both
you.
islands. 4 things a week for us. But more bang for your buck.
I know, I get to see 2 shows this week.
You do, so
that's perfect.
Yeah, Kaiser's tonight. We'll soon change to Example and
It's
Wire.
going to change to Example in a day.
Yeah. Maybe even tonight.
Yeah, maybe
if
they're
they,
keen.
If they do their work.
Yeah.
So we're that's a new thing for us.
Yeah.
Really, really happy. And I think, again, as I said earlier on, the audience aren't confused by, or they're not tribal where it's going to be, no, I saw Kaiser Chiefs, I'm not going to see Example, or I'm going to see, I don't know, Kasabian, but I'm not going to go see Screaming Benga.
Yeah.
Nonsense.
No one's like that anymore.
No.
It is just such a crossover of genres.
Yeah.
And I like it.
Mm-hmm. Well, one of the things that's allowed us to do is maybe pull Rocks back to, it's kind of, we were quite contrary when we started. It was like rock music in Ibiza, what are you doing?
Yeah.
And I think this year with Block Party, Kasabian, Kaisers, Maccabees, Ben Howard, Ed Sheeran, there's a lot of guitars on stage this year.
Ed is like just guitar and ginger hair. So that's stripped down there.
Some balls.
Yeah, some balls that man's got.
But he just holds, people wrapped.
People
And it was a great opening party, and opening parties, it sets the tone for the rest of the summer, and the last 3 have been Ed, Plan B, Biffy Clyro. So it's it's a good gig to do.
Yeah,
good gig to do.
Well,
yeah.
thank you.
Thank you very much indeed.
And I love